When you're traveling, communication is often the barrier to get across. On a recent trip, I noticed a great metaphor for how the way we behave communicates with the people around us. Communication is really a lot of things, and we often think about the words, and we talk a lot about body language and how that communicates. Communication is also behavior. The way people behave communicates a lot about them, and one interesting way to participate in the communication of a language and a culture is actually to drive with them. There's a lot you learn about a culture when you get on the road with them. And it's interesting, I feel like I lived at a place if I drove with them. Whereas if I'm shuttled around and I'm only walking, which gets your 10,000 steps in, but if I'm not driving with them, I'm only observing them. And you get into the flow with them. So I think driving is a really good metaphor for behavioral communication. If you don't drive well, someone honks at you. That's like being yelled at. If someone's being polite, they let you in, which is like opening a door for you. And it's the driving experience that really made me recognize behavior is constant communication. And there's everything that we do is part of what we're communicating to the people around us. And driving is just a great way to recognize that. So what behaviors can you actually observe? And you can see the way people stand in lines. Are they patient? Are they rushed? Do they bunch up together? You can see if people open doors for each other. Do they do those basic, simple courtesies? Do they greet each other with a bonjour, bonsoir? Or do they just march in? Those are the kinds of behaviors you can easily observe, and to some degree you become part of. Now, driving, you are 100% in that behavioral communication. You get a sense of what stresses them, when they're patient, and how they interact with each other. And you have to blend right into the mix. You're one of them. So driving is one of the few experiences where you're exactly like them. It doesn't matter what language you speak. You're in the flow with them, and you're part of the behavior communication. The craziest place I ever drove was Paris, France, Dominican Republic, England, Costa Rica. Have I left any out? So the bottom line recommendation isn't necessarily, hey, rent a car in every foreign country that you go to. There's an easier concept that I'm trying to get at, which is communication is broader than we think. It's not just our words, it's not just our body language, it's the way we behave. And together, that's the sum total communication package of our presence.